Right now we have on set with us, no stranger to our set here or radio and TV Jaagriti, Pandit Shiva J Maharaj. He's the founder and director of his own tech company, ICT Experts. And he's here to talk to us about communication skills, or the impact rather of poor communication, especially in young children, and why it's so important to develop that at an early age. Communication skills. Let's say Sitaram and welcome to Pandit Shiva.
Sitaram Vishala, Sitaram to all our viewers on TV Jaagriti, and it is a pleasure to be here once again. Of course, I'm always here. I don't want people to think it's only when something bad happens. I'm here to comment.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. But I mean, your knowledge comes at a good time, though.
But you see, I actually came dressed as a pundit specifically today, so people understand that as a pundit, that we are one of the first persons that people come to with their problems. So we have been exposed to a wide array of problems,
right.
Different types of problems, and from my own expertise and training, we actually did a mental health awareness or a psychology first aid course. All pundits did that.
Mm-hmm.
So we are able to notice certain things, as we see. Mental health is a big issue now.
Yes.
As well. So taking all these things into consideration, seeing a trend of most problems rooted in poor communication.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if you understand, if you're getting the picture here. If you think of most or any problem, it stems from poor communication.
Yes.
So you have relationship problems, it's poor communication. You have learning problems, it's poor communication. So you see, many people don't understand communication. You have a sender, a receiver, and a medium, in which how you get your message through.
Yes.
And if there's a break, like we have radio and TV here, so if there's a break in transmission, there's a disconnect between the sender and the receiver. And that is in essence what communication is.
Correct.
And so I've been looking at that, and of course being an educator, having the love for my own children and loving all children as my own children, seeing that problem needs to be addressed.
Yes, it does. And you hit the nail on the head when you say all problems, the root of all problems is poor communication. And I need to stress and emphasize that point, because no matter actually anything in life that you're stressed out about, there's a conflict here, there, 100% of the time,
right. So
it is a communication.
Life skill, as you said. It is a very a life skill that all children need to be trained.
Right.
Now the problem is, we look at it, we are not training our kids. Because in the old days, really and truly, when we had extended families, these communication skills were passed on from grandparents to grandchildren. Because while the parents were out working, the grandparents were the one.
They were the one that babysat, right?
And teach the morals and the values and pass on these what we call soft skills these days. And you pay a lot of money for soft skills.
Yes, you do. Yes,
and
you
communication and good communication is a big course that people do, even before. And we'll see how it so looking at some statistics, actually, we saw that in terms of academic achievement, the vocabulary that a child acquires before 5 years of age is the decider of their success in school.
Okay, explain.
So the vocabulary, the words, the way you communicate, parents especially, before 5, is parents' communication. The way the parents communicate with the child, the words, a lot of us, we are victim to talking baby talk with our children.
Yes.
Yeah, even as they grow older, they're always our little babies, and we talk baby talk, and that's actually holding back.
Oh, like their development.
Their development in terms of vocabulary, because vocabulary, words is how we communicate. So you need to have the more vocabulary you have in your media, so you would understand, of course.
Right.
The more words you have, the better you can explain yourself.
Right. You have a good command of the English language,
and you can get your message across.
Exactly.
Explicitly. So that's one of the indicators that we found. We also found that behavioral problems and mental health problems between 7 to 14 years of age were linked to communication problems. So behavioral problems that we have children who acting up, and it's linked to some miscommunication or poor communication somewhere along the line. The mental health as well is also and high percentages. One of them, for the behavioral, it's 2/3 of 7 to 14-year-olds. Their problems were linked to poor communication skills. And also 40% of the mental health between 7 to 14 years was also linked to poor communication.
Yeah, indeed.
So it is a very big one. But what is even scarier is that 65% of employers say that they're not getting the staff with the correct communication skills.
So why is it? So why is it that we're lacking this skill in society today? You know, you spoke about the grandparents and the children and the parents talking to children. And so if this is something that actually, you know, went on for generations, then what seems to be the problem in the 21st century where a lot of people seem to lack these skills?
Good. So that's where I come in, being the digital guru, because we have been overthrown and our communication has been hijacked with technology.
Okay. Yes.
So we will have two people sitting at a table, and you know, I like to introduce new terms. So have you ever heard about fobbing?
Fobbing? No. What is fobbing?
Fobbing. So you know what snobbing?
Yes, snob.
So snobbing, somebody's speaking to you and you're.
Oh, right. So you snub
fobbing
them, right?
is with your phone.
Oh. So it's like you snub a person, but with your phone.
So the communication between two people, it's no longer there at dinner,
right, because you're scrolling through
because
your phone.
You're fobbing while someone is trying to communicate with you.
I think I fobbed my mom this morning. Sorry,
exactly.
Mom.
So that's a new term. We'll give more on our new Digital Guru tips. Look forward for it. Right?
I'm holding you to that.
Of course, coming
fobbing.
soon.
Okay,
right.
so
fobbing.
Technology has, as you said, it's hijacked
the way we
traditional communication.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has, in that, deteriorated the way we communicate. In that, if you look at the way we text, it's all short. You know, I, see, you,
right.
And all these abbreviations which children bring to school now.
Right, so actually a lot of them, even adults, they put the letter U in an email, in a business email. And sometimes, I mean, I just don't know what to say, because I feel like it's condescending if you go and you tell them.
That's the impact of the technology. So I know we had some pictures there. So the second one actually is the second one that we had there. That shows skills to succeed, and these are surveys done internationally. And what we saw there, that out of all the skills, art, music, you know, maths and teamwork and reading, guess what was number one?
I have no idea.
Communication.
So where did reading land on the list?
Reading actually.
Oh, that was the
second.
Oh wow! Yeah, because I was actually going to say reading.
Reading is second on the list. Math is third, and teamwork and your writing skills is fourth. So.
Oh wow! Art is like way down there though.
So one of the examples I was watching I love to watch my TED Talks.
Yes,
right? So one of the TED Talks,
good.
they had a senior recruit. I can't remember his job title, but he was in charge of recruiting for senior executive staff. And he said they will take their laundry list. That's everything that you're looking for the job, perfect person for the job. And they will send people with all those qualifications, and the people or executives will always say, no, that person is not what we're looking for. So what he started doing is taking the list, going out to a mall, taking a retail person with good communication skills, finding out as long as they had 1/3 of the qualifications for the job, he took them to and the employers always hired them.
Right, because they were able to speak well.
They could communicate.
And I guess when you speak with confidence, it leaves an impression on someone.
When you write with confidence,
yeah, definitely.
And everything. So that whole communication, and that's where we could now go into the different types of communication. That's our other pick that we had to show the different types of communication that we have. So types of communication we have broken up into two. It's verbal and non-verbal. So the verbal part of the non-verbal is actually easier, because in non-verbal, that's how we speak. Facial expressions, gestures. You know, like even on my Thursday morning program, my earlier programs, I realized I used to do this a lot until I saw the video with the President of the United States with the accordion.
And he uses his hands a lot?
Yeah, playing accordion. So they put an accordion in his hands. So
you stopped doing that?
So I stopped doing it, you know.
Okay.
So it's how we speak and how we use our hands, especially as Trinis, you know. We talk with our
well,
whole
yeah,
body
I gesticulate
gestures.
a lot. Yeah, I do.
But the communication problem in the digital world really comes in with the verbal aspect or the verbal part of communication, which is broken up into the written, the oral, and the visual, which is what we use on the digital platform. We use the written in all our posts that gets us in trouble. Yeah. We use the visuals of all the wrong things that we're not supposed to put up. All these things, like even the visuals of the what you had on news this morning.
Yeah, the disturbing videos with the cache of guns, exactly.
Yeah. And you see, taking visuals out of context is what creates the mayhem. Right. And that's exactly what happened there. So that's a bad communication or false communication there. So it's creating the mayhem. Communication again at the root of the problem.
Definitely.
And then the oral part of it in terms of the things you video, the things you say online, the voice notes, it's an oral.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Right.
And
so
it would create that panic.
It creates the panic. And so this is why we, understanding these now, we look at the different impacts that the other slide shows that we have nonverbal being 65% of the way we communicate, right? And other 35% is the oral and the written. And we are adding in now the visuals because you can speak through your infographics now.
Yeah,
it's a big thing.
Yes, visual learning.
Visual appealing to visual because that's what technology lends to. And so looking at all these problems, looking at the benefits of good communication and understanding that kids are not getting that in school, right? And it's no fault of the education system because there's a lot to be desired for our education system, right? But it's sometimes difficult because of the resources and the facilities that we have in our schools. So I'm speaking about our local schools, our Caribbean schools by large, right? It's difficult to implement these sort of programs and teach these to the kids.
Well, why is that? Why is it so difficult? Is it because the institutions themselves are, they don't see the need for it?
We have standardized testing.
Okay.
And that switches the focus of all these other things that we would like to teach at schools because everybody wants to pass an exam.
Right.
So the focus is now fully put mainly on the written part of communications, right? So when you go strictly on that now, you lose out, especially where we see what's really separates the really good students from the not so good students is the creative writing part of the assessment. There is where you really see who has developed their expression skills and their communication skills. So this is why we have decided that this summer, this is going to be our focus.
All right, so for the July-August vacation, you're having a camp?
Yes.
Okay, and students obviously are invited. What are the ages?
So we are aiming at primary school students.
Okay.
Right, so anyone, once you're part of the primary school system, you will be a good candidate for this program. So before we get into what we're offering this, I have actually brought a video to show the things that we did last year.
Sure.
Right, so and kind of skills that we developed in our students last year at last year's vacation camp. So not summer camp, we don't have summer, right? So vacation camp. So vacation camp.
Vacation
so
camp.
During this vacation camp, so we can enjoy that video and then we come back and talk about what we are offering in this year's camp.
Great, let's take a look. was very nice. So thank you for bringing that video to us and showing us, you know, what students can expect.
So they were having fun, but they were learning life skills
and I saw a couple of presentations taking place there.
Of course, yeah. Teaching them how to, we recorded and they got to tell their stories. Then we showed them how their modulation of their voice was, and how to make your voice louder and more powerful. And these are skills that really determine success in school, if you think about it, right?
Yeah,
because
definitely.
they say the best communicators are really the ones who are successful at anything that they do.
Yeah, something interesting that you said just now, that you're actually making students aware of their own voice.
Yeah.
I think everybody has a mouth and could talk and whatever, but I don't think we're very aware of the power of our own voice. So when you show them the waves and they see their voices peaking,
better
by projecting, you teach them what that is, and then they know they put terms to things that they do naturally.
Yeah, because they actually see it. Whereas if you just tell them, you're speaking too soft, they don't know what you mean.
Yeah, they don't know.
So most of the times when you tell children, especially when you tell them sing higher, they sing louder. And singing higher pitch is not singing louder. Right. So we show them that, the frequency and the amplitude, and it's a lot of technical stuff that the kids learn. So for the summer camp, as we said, we're going to first, we have it divided into two parts. We have the first part being focusing on the creative writing part, but with a difference. We're going to teach them how to do script writing for a movie.
Oh wow, so like playwriting,
script writing. So you learn a whole lot about creative writing in that way. Right? And we take it from a movie and they inspire them to put the script in place and create their own script, be very descriptive. So you really get the opportunity to express yourself with words.
Excellent.
And show them. So that's the first part of it, because we see that creative writing, as I said, is the part of the exam that really separates the really good from the excellent, right? So we're focusing on that because we want more of our students to move from that good to excellent in terms of the way they communicate in that written, that creative writing part, which is a heavy part of the new SEA exam, which we are back to maths, English, and creative writing, right? So language. And on the afternoon now, we're going to actually create young bloggers, right?
So you're going to teach them how to blog.
We're going to teach them how to blog, but when we're teaching them to blog, we're going to teach them about all the technical aspects of it, as well as, again, communicating positively, because we have many bloggers that communicate negatively.
Yes,
course,
exactly.
Right? So we have to teach them that. So one of the things that when I looked at the blogging program, the first thing, it increases communication skills, right? In every way, because you have video blogs, you have written blogs, and we're going to teach them to do all these things, right? It also, they understand their social responsibility online. So we're going to teach them about the responsibility of you being a blogger, right?
And what your words, the impact of your words.
The impact of your words and the impact of your cause. If you have something that you believe in, you can really, get into it. And developing their writing skills again. So it will enhance their creative writing, because you have to be on point. You have to know how to summarize. You have to know how to be concise. And these are skills that they will get in a fun way that they really can't get in school.
Definitely.
Because at the end of the day, we're going to teach them how to blog and to blog safely. Whether or not they're going to become bloggers right away, we're going to give them all the tools that they need. That will be up to their parents.
Right.
Once the parents give them the opportunity and are there to oversee, right, they can become young expressors of creative expressors.
So how do we get in touch with you if we want to enroll our kids in this camp?
So for the camp and for these beautiful programs that we have, it runs for 3 weeks. We start from the very first week of the holiday, and we run all the way into the last week of July. Okay. Right. So we're going from the first week until the last week of July. You can call 692-4283. 692-4283, that's the number to call. You can email me directly, shiva@digitalguru.tips, right? And our Facebook is always there, Digital Guru Tips.
Right, so you can log on to Facebook
as well as whatever information we have about the courses, we will share it on the Jaagriti
page as
well.
Right.
So you can get that information there as well. And so we really hope that, you know, parents see the importance, see the problems that can occur, that we started off speaking about the problems with poor communications, and the importance also, the impact, the positive impact that good communication can have on a child in their success, not only in school but in life.
Right. So this is something really fun that your kids can get involved in for the vacation
It's
period.
different.
Don't just leave them kind of idle, and don't just
Yeah.
leave them to their technologies and that kind of thing. I think
they
can
had
interact
so much
with
of
it.
normal schoolwork all term.
Yeah, all term.
We're going to send them back to normal lessons for the holidays, you know.
No, do
As a
something
kid, so
different.
that's something fun. As we
something
saw the video there, the amount of fun these kids have doing all these new things.
And I think
you
if
know,
you address the communication problem, I think
course.
all the other problems will be solved.
Of course.
So if they were bad at math, or they were bad at English,
Yeah.
or something, you improve the communication skill, and all of a sudden they look at things differently.
Because when we're looking at good communication, we're also looking at good communication in maths in terms of your charts and your graphs, and because all these are ways that you communicate information, right? We look at creating presentations, because creating PowerPoint slides and so forth, you have to know what you want to communicate and communicate it positively. So these are some of the things that they will learn in tandem with the blogging and with the creative writing programs that they have.
Well, I think it's really great and quite progressive of you to offer this for yet another year, the July-August vacation. So if you want to enroll your child in this very fun vacation camp, right, DigitalGuru here is inviting you to call 692-4283 or go to digitalguru.tips.
No, tips. DigitalGuru tips. Yeah, that's
Digital
the Facebook.
Guru, that's the Facebook page, and the website is
Or to email me is shiva@digitalguru.tips. Yeah.
right. So you can send an email if you're so inclined, or you can just call 692-4283. If you missed all the information, you can connect with us here at Jaagriti, and I'll be more than happy to pass it along.
We really want to ensure that our kids have all that they need to be successful in life. And to be successful in the digital world, communication skills is on top of the list. In all the surveys and all the research that I have done, communication is on top. So we really want to give them that edge that they will succeed.
Yeah, if you want your child to get ahead, improve their communication
so our
skills.
participants, they will be ensuring that they have that improved skill, communication skill, to be successful.
Great stuff. I'll have you back again, obviously, to talk,
Sure.
to talk more about it. Thank you so much, and Sitaram to you. You're watching Conversations right here on TV Jaagriti. That was Pandit Shiva J Maharaj, the digital guru, inviting you to participate in his vacation camp, and where he will teach you the impact of poor communication and the strength of good communication as well. Stay tuned. Our 9 o'clock business update comes up next.